This is NWCN. Northwest news and weather 24 hours a day. Now, Northwest News First Edition.
And next on First Edition, the 4th of July means fun and fireworks, but Seattle police are preparing for a summer surge of trouble. Holiday celebrations take a dangerous turn. The big mistake fire officials say 3 Oregon kids made. And the show must go on. A Northwest town has one man's generosity to thank for their annual fireworks display. Good morning, I'm Stephen Kilbreath. It is the 4th of July, 2012, this Wednesday morning, and you're watching First Edition. Let's get started with a check on your forecast with Keisha Burns. All eyes on you today, Keisha.
All right, thank you. Shaping up for the remainder of the week coming up in a few minutes.
I think everybody's going to like it.
I think so, too.
Yeah, not too bad of a day ahead, that is for sure. Thank you, Keisha.
You're welcome.
New this morning, Seattle police are looking for a suspect after an overnight shooting in Seattle's Belltown neighborhood. It's the second shooting in Belltown in 3 days. The first happened on Monday at 2nd and Bell. This morning's shooting was just blocks away at Western and Blanchard. 2 security guards reported seeing a disturbance in a parking lot around 2 o'clock this morning. They say they heard multiple gunshots, then saw a man run away. Police say the victim was shot in the hand and stomach. We're not sure of his condition at this point, but we do know he underwent surgery at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Police have not made any arrests. Anyone with information is asked to call Seattle Police. Seattle Police are not taking any chances on safety at the big fireworks show at Gasworks Park tonight. They're going to be checking bags and maintaining a presence throughout the 4th of July celebration. Seattle Police say efforts will reach beyond tonight's big event. This summer, police are amping up their presence. In fact, they're sending, for the first time ever, desk officers into the streets.
This is our safety net by moving a small number, really, of officers back into patrol during these summer months to ensure that we have required and adequate staffing on the street.
Seattle PD also says they're keeping an eye on possible protests that are planned for this evening. The Occupy movement has promised 2 guerrilla operations, claiming they will be safe and family-friendly. Emergency crews across the Northwest are preparing for what could be a busy 4th of July. Each year there are a rash of injuries caused by fireworks. One of the biggest culprits, right here, sparklers, which burn between 1,000 and 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
We see third-degree burns in a matter of fractions of a second. Very significant damage to the eyes, the hands, any type of skin.
Doctors also warn against holding on to a firework while it detonates. In Oregon, a 4th of July crackdown on big fireworks could have more people paying the price. Several police agencies throughout the state are cracking down on fireworks that shoot more than 6 feet in the air. The bigger ones, though, are still legal in Washington state. Despite all the warnings about authorities stepping up their efforts, our Portland affiliate found plenty of cars with Oregon license plates parked at fireworks tents in Vancouver.
I don't think it's a deterrent. There's clearly plenty of shoppers here and lots of Oregon plates.
I've been coming up now for 3 years, and we were doing it in the neighborhood. Now we've moved off to some property, and
recent fires caused by illegal fireworks is one reason for growing concerns. You could pay up to $1,000 if police catch you lighting off those big fireworks. Fireworks are already being blamed for a house fire in Salem, Oregon. Authorities say 3 kids between the ages of 7 and 10 were playing with fireworks around 8 o'clock last night when they kicked the explosives into some shrubs. The shrubs then caught fire and flames spread to the home. No one was hurt, but the home has smoke and water damage. In the inland Northwest, all fireworks are illegal in most of Spokane County. That includes the city of Spokane, Spokane Valley, Cheney, and Liberty Lake. You'll face a $513 fine if you're caught by police. Fireworks are legal in Airway Heights and in Pullman, but only on private property. Non-aerial fireworks are allowed on private property in Coeur d'Alene. For those who want to leave the shows up to the experts, you can enjoy big fireworks from your home. NWCN will carry King 5's coverage of the Family 4th Fireworks Show in Seattle. That starts right here at 10 o'clock on NWCN. Extreme heat across much of the U.S. is putting a damper on some 4th of July celebrations. Ed Payne takes a look at how Americans around the country will be making the most of this holiday. The presidential candidates are taking time to celebrate the nation's 236th birthday. President Obama will be at the White House today. He and the First Lady will host a barbecue and concert in the South Lawn this evening. Mitt Romney on a week-long vacation in New England, but will march in a 4th of July parade in New Hampshire. It will be the only official public appearance for Romney during his vacation. Washington State Governor Chris Gregoire is spending the 4th of July overseas in Ireland. Her agenda includes touring Open Hydro's green ore tidal energy manufacturing facility. Open Hydro is working with the Snohomish PUD on a tidal energy pilot plant in western Washington. The governor will also visit the offices of Bombardier and Airbus to encourage both companies to hire more Washington aerospace supply companies. On Monday, the governor will travel to Hampshire, England, for the start of the Farnborough International Air Show. People in Paulsbo, Washington have one man to thank for saving their fireworks show. Last night's 3rd of July Independence celebration almost didn't happen after an explosion at a local wrecking yard destroyed the entire fireworks for the show. But Robert Nitz, the owner of Aurora Fireworks, offered to pay more than $100,000 of his own credit to cover the loss.
The show must go on. I love fireworks, and everybody else does. Look at all the guys out here. You know, they're here to see it.
The fireworks for the Bainbridge 4th of July show were also destroyed, but Nitz generously will also replace those. Organizers for both shows are still accepting donations to help reimburse Nitz. Still ahead on First Edition, swinging and dangling into action. The incredible rescue by Northwest firefighters when a dog gets stuck on a quarry ledge. Going to check in now with Keisha. All eyes on the weather today for those barbecue plans later on.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Perfect timing for that, too.
Right.
We have a lot of clearing.
Welcome back on this 4th of July. A look at our downtown Seattle from our waterfront tower cam. What a beautiful morning. Tonight, the Great Wheel that you see there will debut its first official light show. The show starts at 10 o'clock tonight. It's going to last about 20 minutes. The owners of the wheel say they're planning other light shows for holidays and special events throughout the year. Time now to check in with Keisha Burns for a look at what's happening right now in the weather. And as we head on into a big holiday here, a lot of people took the whole week off. That would have been nice, huh?
Good for them. That's nice.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I could join them. We're looking at a pretty nice stretch of holiday.
And if you're headed to the beach on this 4th of July, experts want to remind you of a few simple water safety rules. Don't leave children unsupervised. Try to stick with pools or beaches with on-duty lifeguards, or designate one person in your group to monitor swimmers. Make sure everyone has a properly fitted life jacket. Bring a first aid kit with CPR instructions. And in case of an emergency, make sure you have a cell phone with a strong signal to be able to call for help. The 4th of July can be a scary time for your four-legged friends. The loud noises and lights can send many pets into a state of panic. To make things easier, the Oregon Humane Society recommends walking your dog early in the day before the neighbors start setting off fireworks, and keep all your animals inside. It's easier to calm them down in familiar surroundings. And finally, make sure your pets are microchipped or wearing a collar. That will make it easier for animal shelters to reunite you if anything happens. An Oregon dog has been reunited with her owner after a dramatic rescue in Gresham. Around 10 last night, firefighters received a report of a dog trapped in a quarry. One rescuer was lowered down to find Daisy on a narrow ledge. You can see she was thrilled with being lifted to safety. There she is, Daisy. She made sure to soak up lots of love from her owner and drink plenty of water.
She's hungry, she's thirsty, she's skinny, her collar didn't fit, and it's like, I don't know how long she's been without food.
Daisy's owner says she's been missing for a week. She's now at the vet's office to recover. A popular trail on Mount Eleanor at Washington's Olympic National Forest is closed after multiple reports of aggressive goats. For now, the upper and lower portions of the path will remain closed. Authorities don't plan on taking lethal action against the goats, but will monitor the situation and reevaluate the closure again in 2 weeks. Time now to check in with Keisha Burns for a look at the extended forecast, and we've been hearing that it's going to be pretty good here in a few days.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice, except all the way through the weekend, actually through.
Thanks, Paul. Friends and family and fans are mourning the loss of legendary actor Andy Griffith. He passed away yesterday in his North Carolina home at the age of 86. He's best remembered for his role as Sheriff Andy Taylor on the classic Andy Griffith Show. Co-star Ron Howard says the character reflected a few of Griffith's real-life qualities.
The thing about the Andy Griffith Show is that while not autobiographical, it was a real, genuine reflection of his sensibility.
Griffith's loved ones laid him to rest less than 5 hours after his death on Roanoke Island in North Carolina. Being the top-paid actor in Hollywood isn't a mission impossible for Tom Cruise. The soon-to-be divorced Cruise earned $75 million between May of 2011 and May of this year. Most of the money came from the blockbuster hit Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Leonardo DiCaprio and Adam Sandler tied for second place, earning $37 million each.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, not too bad of a deal.
I know.
Not at all, yeah. On this 4th of July, we check the mountain forecast today.
Yes, we have nice weather actually here. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures warming up nicely today. Perfect timing for hikers today. Freezing level about 9,000 feet in the Washington Cascades, and temperatures topping out in the 60s. Here's a look at Mount Bachelor, starting out with clear skies. It will remain clear. The Oregon Cascades should expect sunny skies. Temperatures close to 70 overall today, and it's going to be a quiet stretch all the way through the weekend.
And I don't think you're going to get any complaints for
I
today
hope not.
and the couple days ahead. Not
I don't
at
want to
all.
hear it's too hot.
It's going to be really nice. Yeah. We'll have an update on your top stories and more weather in just 2 minutes. And remember, for the latest news and weather 24 hours a day, you can head to our website. It's nwcn.com.